I was in the kitchen when he sent the message. We need to talk. I didn't even finish reading it. I just knew. He was gone. No fight. No suitcase by the door. No goodbye. Just, the door was left ajar. I walked over, looked into the hallway, and there he was, dragging his black travel bag behind him. He knew I was home. He knew I was watching, and he still didn't turn around. I didn't scream. I didn't chase him. I just gently closed the door and leaned against it. It felt like the walls were breathing, like the house itself understood he wasn't coming back. A few minutes later, I heard footsteps. Someone entered the building. It was her, the new one, the one I used to call a friend. She didn't see me. She walked past, upstairs, to him. He didn't leave. He just moved up a floor. It almost made me laugh. It was so cliché, like some cheap soap opera rerun in the background. I didn't cry. I put on the kettle. Chamomile tea. The one I used to drink when my throat hurt. Now it was my heart that needed soothing. He used to be my stability. My everything will be okay. And now, I was just another woman people whispered about. He left her for another woman, closer than she thought. That night, I went to bed alone. And the cruelest part was still smelling his cologne on my pillow. I woke up early that morning, not because I was rested, but because everything inside me was trembling, like when you rip a bandage off too fast. I walked into the bathroom and looked at myself, really looked. My face was pale, my eyes empty. I tried to remember, when exactly did I lose him? When did he stop looking at me and start looking at her? And suddenly, everything came flooding back. How she used to drop by. How he started buying coffee with no sugar, because Anya doesn't like sweet. How he once asked, "You don't mind if she stays the night?" She had a fight with her dad. And of course I didn't mind. I was the understanding one. The nice one. Foolish. She used to walk around my apartment, wearing nothing but a thin shirt, telling me, "You rest. I'll sit with him, he needs someone to talk to." And I believed her, because I couldn't imagine that the man I loved and the friend I trusted were slowly building a bridge right across my back. But the signs, they were always there. I just didn't want to see them. He once told me, "You're too serious lately. It's like you forgot how to laugh." But I was working overtime. I was saving for our vacation, planning to pay for his language course, trying to build our future. And he just wanted me to be light, to be like her, like air, like nothing. I walked through the apartment. Her mug was still in the kitchen, her hair tie in the bathroom, a towel I'd never seen on the hook. They had been living here, while I lived in a lie. That night, I called my mother. And you know what she said? "Don't make a scene. Some things are better kept private." But I was tired of being quiet, tired of swallowing my pain. I wasn't going to break dishes. I was going to collect evidence. Because now, I knew. This was war, and I was no victim. I was the spy. I've always remembered the details. He used to call it paranoia. I called it intuition. I noticed when he changed his phone password. I heard him call her Sunshine from the other room. I saw the way their eyes met, when they thought I wasn't looking. But I stayed silent, until silence became dangerous. Dangerous for my self-worth. Dangerous for my future. Dangerous for me. I didn't want to scream. I didn't want to cry in front of him. I didn't want to be that woman. The one who loses herself trying to hold on to someone who's already gone. So I did the quiet thing. I installed a small camera in the corner of the living room. At first, just to be sure. Then to have proof. And when I saw her walk in, wearing his t-shirt, and him kissing her neck, in my home, in my kitchen where I used to make him breakfast, I didn't cry. I pressed save. File. Date. Time. A full-color recording. No filter. Just betrayal in HD. The next morning, I went to the bank. Closed the vacation savings account he didn't know about. Then to a lawyer. I asked how to file for divorce, so that he would be the last to find out. That evening, I came home, smiled, kissed him on the cheek, asked about his day, and served dinner. Candles and all. He talked about stress. How hard it was to be a man these days. How no one understood him. And I sat there, looking at him, thinking, you have no idea how deeply I've stopped loving you. He thought I didn't know. He thought he was clever, that I was naive, too soft to do anything. But I knew. I watched. And I was preparing. This wouldn't be a scene. It would be a strategy. I left on a Sunday, at 6:40 in the morning, while he was still asleep, next to her. I didn't slam the door. I didn't leave a note. I didn't say a single word. I just packed what mattered. My passport, cash, the flash drive with the footage, and that red lipstick he hated. Because, as he said, it makes you look too noticeable. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted now. To be noticeable. To be seen. By myself, at least. I booked a short-term apartment. With big windows, white sheets, and silence. For the first time in months. I slept without flinching. Not because someone held me, but because no one did. He didn't message the first day. Didn't call. Maybe he thought I was just blowing off steam. Maybe he thought I'd come crawling back. On the second day, he texted, "Where are you? Can we talk?" I read it, and didn't answer. The third day, he called. Voice come, rehearsed. Let's not make this dramatic. Let's get back to normal. I declined the call, and felt something strange. Peace. The fourth day, another text. It's not what you think. Of course, it never is. I laughed. Alone. Out loud. On a balcony I had all to myself. The fifth day, he showed up at my office. With flowers. That same pathetic expression he used when he forgot anniversaries. The same eyes that used to melt me. I walked down. In the blouse he once said was too revealing for work. Hair done. Back straight. He tried to smile. Can we talk? I looked him straight in the eyes. Do you remember what you told me when I cried in the kitchen? He blinked. You said, don't start drama. Be mature. I took a breath. Well, I grew up. And you're not in the picture anymore. I stepped back. Handed him the bouquet. Give these to whoever replaced me. I'm sure she'll love the scent of guilt. He opened his mouth to say something. But I didn't stay to listen. I turned. And walked away. No tears. No regret. For the first time ever. I wasn't walking away from someone. I was walking home. To myself. Sometimes, life settles the score for you. All you have to do is step back and stop interfering. A few weeks after I left, he started texting more often. But now, without confidence. With anxiety instead. I'm sorry. Can we talk? She's not who I thought she was. How original. A plot twist written by karma. One day he sent a voice message. And didn't realize that in the background, she was screaming. You said you didn't love her. You promised we'd move out together. You're spineless. You can't even face her. I listened to it, with tea in my hand, and a quiet smile on my lips. It felt like tuning into a radio drama, starring them, not me. He didn't realize. The moment he broke me wasn't when he cheated. It was when he stopped seeing me as a person. And her. She thought she took my place. But she didn't understand. My place came with my strength. Not just soft lighting and clean shirts. She wanted my life, but wasn't ready for the weight it carried. Through mutual friends, I learned they'd moved in together. and started fighting. Almost daily. She locks herself in the bathroom. He sleeps on the couch. One week, her clothes were thrown out the window. The next, he spent the night at his brother's. And while they imploded, he kept messaging me. I miss how calm it was with you. You were always my home. Too late, love. Far too late. I no longer felt angry. I no longer wanted revenge. Because now, they were their own punishment. And me. I had stopped waking up with a knot in my chest. Food had taste again. I could laugh without guilt. Breathe without checking who's behind me. If this was a show, then I was just the audience now. And I already knew how it ends. He stood at my door, literally, with a bouquet of white lilies. I hate lilies. He knew that. But memory was never his strength. Can we talk? He asked. In that apologetic tone. The one he used when he forgot my birthday. Or made me cry and called it drama. I looked at him, and all I saw was a stranger, standing where my husband used to be. I've realized everything, he said. She's not who I thought she was. But you were real. I kept my hand on the door. No anger. No tears. Just quiet clarity. Do you remember what you said to me the night I cried in the kitchen? He hesitated. You said, don't make this a scene. Be mature, I reminded him. I took a breath. Well, I did. I grew up. And I did it without you. He tried to smile. Tried to reach for something soft between us. But it was gone. Burned down. Cold ash now. I stepped back. Gently placed the bouquet back in his hands. Take these to the woman who replaced me. I'm sure she'll appreciate the scent of guilt. He opened his mouth to say something, but I didn't stay to hear it. I turned around and closed the door behind me, not out of anger, but out of peace. That night, I went to bed for the first time without asking myself what I did wrong, because I knew the truth. I didn't lose him. He lost me. I used to think revenge had to be loud, screaming, breaking things, exposing the truth to the world. But now I know. The most devastating revenge is silence, and your absence from where they expected you to stay forever. I didn't destroy him. I didn't humiliate her. I didn't beg anyone to pick me. I just disappeared from his life, from her drama, from the pain. And I built something new, without chaos, without them. 3 months passed. One afternoon, I was walking downtown, and I saw him, sitting alone on a bench, wearing the coat I once gave him for his birthday. He looked smaller, like life had taken its shine off him. He didn't see me, and I didn't want him to. I passed by, in a coat he'd never seen, wearing lipstick he once said was too bold. Hair loose, heart quiet, no pain, no rage, just calm. He had her. He lost me. They thought they could build something out of betrayal. But all they built was regret. And me? I wasn't ruined. I was rebuilt. One brick of dignity at a time. I didn't take revenge. I didn't even raise my voice. I just walked away. And that was enough.